Conditions here today, 51 shades of grey. 50 up there and 1 here. Keen to get this one going today. I put this trip together at short notice. I'm not going to be able to do anything for the next 2 weeks, so I need to get what I've found is an easy 2-bagger. Not in the greatest of places, that the trigs aren't particularly high, but we need to get moving because it's a long one. So it's going to be about 8.65 miles and it's going to take 3 hours 32 minutes. Will probably end up being 4 hours by the time I've messed about, having picnic ability. Yeah, so this particular trig point, there's two. One at Pawlett and the other one at Huntspill. And Huntspill is the second lowest trig point in Somerset, which means it's probably going to be wet. I'll be taking in some of the southwest coastal path. I don't know anybody who's been on this part of it, so that'll be interesting. So without further ado, let's get this walk done. So this qualifies for the 1 trig bag rule. However, if I've got time, get this second trig bag in, that's a bonus. Weather today, as always, the threat of rain. Llewyn, Linz and James. Water. This part of the world's a strange place. If you live around here, you know what I mean. It's somewhere that you wouldn't ever come to. There's nothing, nothingness. I'll find something on my way to Pawlett. So just over there in this field, there's a couple of deer having a bit of a graze there. A couple of bambies. Well, early bit of nature. A point to add to this walk already. And this is Stretch Alt. I think I'm turning right here. Indeed I am. Let's just say there's some weird houses in Stretch Alt. A place where people come to live on a farm off grid. Nothing much to report on this one. Yep, this is pretty typical. I mean, I'm sure it'd be all right in summer, or if you've got a horse. I've got to walk back through all this treacherous mud. Now, according to my calculations, the trig point should be on the left, and actually I can see something. This might be a really easy one to find. I'll cast aside the difficulty of the current conditions. But in terms of a walk, nice, straightforward, easy walk. And the reason for today's short notice one is to keep on target for the challenge of 2024. I need to keep the pressure on. And today is number 11, but if I do the Huntspill one as well, that will give me 12. Protected by a moat of mud and a massive amount of dung. Pawlett trig point in the bag or in the shit. So the review of Pawlett trig point, well, without saying it's a pile of shit, it still actually offers some really quite good views here. And I can see 2 other trig points. Yeah, Brent Knoll, Crooks Peak. You can see quite a bit of distance, probably about 180 degrees. Better than I expected, even though we're not that high. Bit of history on Pawlett. There's not much that goes on here other than farming. However, in the war, test out barrage balloons. Had planes flying to cut the wire that were holding them up. So an experimental military operation during the war. So there you go, another little bit of history for this area no one knew about. Dennis's micro history lesson, part D. No, it isn't. Whatever, ONS. Discovery Index. And it's right off public footpath there. So it is actually really easy to find. Depending on how high the dung heap is, the visibility of it, it is well disguised with the colour of it in here. And it is quite tricky to actually get to when you have to walk through this sort of terrain, but the condition of it relatively all right, untouched I suppose for many years. As regards to picnic ability, well, what do you think? I don't think it's an appropriate place to have a sandwich. This one's been a quick one. Scores at the end. Time to go and find Huntspill. But first I'm going to take a walk along the coastal path and go round, because apparently that's pretty unexplored. Let's get moving. Onto the southwest coastal path, through these fields, and for a different perspective of the estuary. I think it's a river parrot, I don't know. Here we are. Southwest coastal path. Pawlett, 2.5 miles. Oh shit. I'm not interested. So you can clear off with that attitude. Go on. Be off. Be off. Go on. Be off. It's a little bit unnerving. Be off. I'm not sure where the track goes. I think I'll stay on the high ground, but they're all going to follow me. Brilliant. Cows are lazy, so hopefully they'll get a bit bored. I can't run off because of the bloody mud. Anyway, it looks like they've stopped. I haven't seen one person or a car hasn't gone past when I've been on the road section since I left the pub. A very strange walk. This might be a really nice thing to do in the summer. Very quiet. And yeah, I mean, every time I look around I see the bloody nuclear power station. Here's the first bit of adventure. I'm going to walk over a sluice. Basically this sluice is holding back all the flooding in Somerset. Well, it's probably not, it's probably fully open. Oh, it's an interesting little pathway. No swimming. No thank you. Huntspill Sluice. Quite pleased with that. It's been a highlight. Not many highlights. So I think I've got to walk down this path now towards the gunshots. I can smell it from here. Gunshot. Getting back into Huntspill now. And I'm going to make the executive decision, being that I've made such good progress, that I'm going to try and do the second trig point. Now, what makes it a bit trickier is that this one is on some farmland right near the M5 motorway, so you have to jump over a gate and to get in it. Adding on an hour to the walk, but let's get it done. Pretty Huntspill. Ooh, 140. Expensive eggs around here. There's another one of these water things. Bats Bow Bridge. And when I get across the railway bridge over here, there's only a few more fields to the M5, and in there somewhere is a trig point. Huntspill Trig Point. Don't know what that means. Right, well, I didn't see anybody to ask if I could access the field, so I have just jumped over the gate and I'm making my way over to the field with a trig point in it. Jump over here and just keep walking. I can see the trig point over there. I don't know how I'm going to get out of this field again. Hopefully I can get to it. before anybody comes and says, "What are you doing on my land?" Aha! Mr. Huntspill, I presume. Woo! Done it. This is the second lowest trig point in Somerset. Viewpoint is, I've got the M5 blasting past me there, can't see beyond that. I've got farmers' fields all around me, and because it's so low, you can't really see anything from a viewpoint point of view, no distance or anything. Just the nature of this trig point, I suppose. History: Huntspill was completely flooded in 1607 by a tsunami from the Severn Estuary. Discovery index? Yeah, it's not ideal. You can't come to this one, it's in a farmer's field. It's very easy to find because I could see it from across the fields over there. Condition of it? Really good condition, as you would expect. Picnicability? Well, if you like the drumming sound of the M5, then possibly not. Yeah, it's pretty boggy underfoot. Picnicability today: peanut butter, that old favourite Vegemite. Not that comfortable, man. Not with the peering eyes of a farmer who's about to turn up, so I better get off. I've had my fun, so I've got to walk back the way I came. Slightly awkward. I thought I could get over a little ravine there, but I can't. So I'm going to have to face the music, and hopefully nobody's waiting for me. Well, looks like I managed to do it without too much disturbance to anybody. Quick look at the trig point. It wasn't appropriate to have a picnicability there. It's a bit of a shame, really. I'm hungry now. Back to the Crossways Inn. I won't be able to have a drink today. Not that I was planning on having one. Maybe find somewhere to just sit down and have a butty. Huntspill and District Cricket Club. There's a miniature railway up here as well. Miniature railway. Now this is an excellent place for picnicability. Tickets, please. The West Huntspill Model Engineering Society, and they've built themselves a railway station. What a cool place. The months of June to October, you can have a go, and they take you on little rides. So it's on every Sunday during the summer, and a ride will cost you £1.50 or £6 for 8 rides. But how lovely. Now ain't that the ticket? Well, here we go. Back at the Crossways Inn. Yeah, it certainly looks closed to me, so I definitely won't be going in there. That's the walk. Well, the walk today has been interesting. Actually, it's been quite boring. Not much to look at, all very flat. Thought I'd go to the southwest coastal path, and there's nothing to see there either. Apart from the model railway. It was a bit of a non-event, this one. I imagine it'll be quite short. So the scores on the doors: 9.25 miles, and I did it in 3 hours 48 minutes. Until next time, that pub's definitely closed, so I'll be heading back. Be seeing you.